And we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another live stream. I'm pretty sure nobody's watching, but I have to say it because I'm a professional. Anyway, the FP2, the second practice sessions of the 2025 Singapore Grand Prix, is upon us. The first one was entertaining in some type of way. The Williams people, they had their own Williams cars in which one car always gets affected. Now it's Alexander Albon's turn because Carlos Sainz had his string of bad luck in the initial phases of the season. So that is that. Fernando Alonso put a magical lap in. And in the second half of the FP1 session, I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but the car's performance started to decline. Like drivers were multiple seconds off of their initial pace. Like let's say a driver did like a 131 whatever in their initial run. Towards the end of the FP1, the same driver was like 5 seconds, 6 seconds slower. And this was true for George Russell, this was true for Oscar Piastri, bunch of other drivers. So that was a bit weird seeing that as the session went on, there should be more rubber on the track and the track should improve, the lap time should decrease. But at the same time, like we saw the opposite effect. So I guess we will see the next practice session, which is going to happen in a few minutes time, 1 minute time actually. We'll see what happens. And another interesting takeaway from the FP1 was Max Verstappen's pace. He was pretty close to Lando Norris, so that was very interesting to see. Charles Leclerc is quick, but Lewis Hamilton is struggling to find the right balance in his car while exiting the corners and like even like steering the car. He is struggling to find the balance and he has to do a lot of corrections on his steering. So I guess we will see if Ferrari and his side of the garage have found that solution. Charles Leclerc legitimately looks like the guy who is in contention for pole position. And this goes to what I said earlier in a different video, that the 2025 World Championship, the Drivers' Championship, may be decided by all these other exterior components like Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton and George Russell and all these other drivers who can get in the way of the McLarens and then take points off of them, or something will happen, impede them in the race, slow them down, whatever, keep them behind. Also, the Racing Bulls are in the mix. Isaac Hadjar looks like he's gonna hook in a perfect qualifying lap. He is on pace. I hope he doesn't go through any huge crash or huge moments in like which seeps away his confidence, because Isaac Hadjar definitely has good pace to qualify in the top 6. So if he gets a good start and gets in between Max Verstappen when Verstappen is ahead of the McLarens, if Isaac Hadjar and Lawson get in between Verstappen and the two McLarens, then they can definitely help Verstappen close the gap to Oscar Piastri significantly. So both of the Ferraris, both of the Racing Bulls, and it looks like Fernando Alonso, but obviously it's too early to tell. He did that on a soft tire, so that was very impressive, and other people were on the softs. It's not like he was the only one. But we will definitely see if Fernando Alonso is in the mix. If Fernando Alonso is in the mix, then it's going to be difficult for like people behind him to make the overtake, because in traction zones, in slow corners, high traction zones, these are the areas in which Aston Martin is dominant, kind of like the Racing Bulls. So we will see a straight up midfield battle between the Racing Bulls and Aston Martin. So that's gonna be an interesting one. I'm yapping a lot, trying to kill some time because nothing is happening. We are just seeing garage shots and crowd shots and people doing dumb shit. So I'm trying to give you as much insights I have from the beginning, not the beginning, but from the entirety of the first practice session. So it seems like the drivers are going to come out. First is, who is that? Gabriel. Okay, the first one is, I think, is going to be Gabriel Bortoleto. The run plan in this time is going to be, I think this is going to be identical to the qualifying time and also the race time. Race will start when the sun is, I guess, still a bit out. It's still a bit warmer, but it will be around the same time. So right now, I think they will focus on extracting the race-based performance, and then maybe do some fine-tuning for qualifying if time permits. But primarily FP2 is usually... Norris has just stopped at the exit of the pit lane. Is it Norris? Yeah. So Lando Norris went ahead and he waited at the exit of the pit lane and then he came out. It was interesting. So anyway, I think the strategy for most of the teams are to see and check their race pace, because that will give them a good baseline for tweaking and making the changes in FP3 in preparation for the qualifying session. So that is that. We will see who crashes. Yes, speaking of crashes, Oscar Piastri touched the barrier somewhere and he said it on the radio. He touched the barrier somewhere in the first practice session and he said it on the radio. This reminds me of Azerbaijan, where he was scraping the barriers from the beginning, from the entire, I think from the start. So we will see if he continues to touch the barriers and play it risky and finds the barriers. If that happens in the Q3 session, then it's gonna be another interesting race. But we will see. If he damages his car massively, then and he has to take a lot of new components, then that could also mean a grid penalty. So Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, not as quick. Lando definitely has the pace. These are the types of track that suits Lando. So Oscar Piastri definitely is going to lose championship points in this race. So it's gonna be a difficult one. And also, after this live stream, few hours after the live stream, I will create another detailed video about like predicting the top 10, and I'll also make some sweeping predictions about the main race. So Oscar Piastri has started his first time lap. He is on the medium tires. It's kind of like the racing condition time, 27.8, little bit squirrely around, which corner is that? Turn 8? Yeah, he was a little bit squirrely around turn 8. In Singapore, this is the thing that I said in the previous live stream, not that anybody watched. Not that anybody's watching this one, but either way. The problem with Singapore is that the corners kind of look the same. Like if you know what I mean? Like you have to zoom out a little bit. I mean, obviously there are some corners that you can recognize. For example, the turn 13 hairpin, like you can recognize that. But usually you cannot really recognize it. I mean, obviously there's the place that George Russell crashed, so that's kind of like an iconic spot. But the point is, it's just difficult to see which corner is what. Now Piastri is going to the final sections of the circuit. Under the bridge, which is turn 17, turn 18, 19, onto the main straight. Purple sector to 133.4, still shit. Oscar Piastri did a 133.4, still shit, because in FP1, Fernando did a 131 something. Let me just show you the time, guys. So yeah, 131.1, Fernando Alonso did 131.1. Obviously, I don't know how much of fuel that's on board, but Lewis Hamilton is fucked up as well. He is 2.3 seconds slower in the first sector alone. Oh my god. Lewis is done, man. The guy is washed. The thing about some drivers in Formula 1 is that you look at them and you're like, you know what, you should retire now. And they don't. And then you see them make more miserable, not make more miserable performances, but make bad decisions and kind of I would say, don't leave the sport on a high. Like Nico Rosberg did the best. He won the world championship and fucked off. That was a good thing. But Lewis Hamilton, man, I think he's just dragging his own misery at this point. So anyway, Piastri didn't do a good enough lap. Norris beat him by 5/10. Norris is faster. Huh? I had some fucking disturbances, guys. Fuck. Fuck. I mean, I'm happy that these issues are happening early on in my YouTuber career. YouTuber career. So later on, I will try to make sure that these type of disturbances don't happen. Either way, Lewis Hamilton is shit. He is fucking 19th, bro. I mean, he hasn't said a. Oh, now he is doing purple sector too. Okay, great. Lewis is finding the time. Lewis is finding the time. He's finding the pace. He has found the balance. The previous one was, I think it was his outlap, slightly faster outlap. He was pushing in the first sector. But now I think he is wringing the neck of the Ferrari. Ooh, goes second fastest. Very good. Very good. Nearly 2.5 tenths ahead of Leclerc. Norris purple sector 1. Piastri is on a personal best. Norris is gonna do it, man. Piastri goes P1 132.7. Norris is gonna smoke him based on the lap that he is on. Ooh, Norris by the end of the first two sectors is 6 tenths up on his teammate. He's so fast. Piastri is slower, man. Piastri is slower than Norris all week long. At least half a second, and half a second is a bunch of positions. And if the both of the Ferraris slot in, if Max Verstappen slots in, the Racing Bull, like one of the Racing Bull or both of the Racing Bull slot in within those 5, 10, 16, he's half a second clear of his teammate. Norris is half a second faster than his teammate. And half a second is too much because this year the grid is bunched up, and like I was mentioning, both of the Ferraris, one Max Verstappen, and maybe a Fernando Alonso or maybe a Racing Bull can slot in. So that's a fucking issue. Someone had a spin. Kimi Antonelli. Yeah, I mean, he went in the runoff area somewhere. I think it's in Sector 2. Whatever. But you need to understand that. Piastri under pressure, which means he can overcook it, get desperate, and find the barriers. That can definitely happen. So the championship is wide open at the initial parts of the Singapore Grand Prix at least. And yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. So remember last year where Lando Norris was about to crash but didn't, when he had zero pressure from the back, he was 20 seconds up in the lead. That's where Kimi Antonelli spun. Not spun, but like took the escape route. But yeah, this is now getting fun, man. Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris situation is great. It's gonna be fun. Because all Verstappen needs to do at this point is park it on the front row alongside Lando Norris, and once he does that, they're cooked. Liam Lawson goes faster than Oscar Piastri. This is exactly what I was talking about. The timing sheets here is not updated, but Liam Lawson has just went faster than Oscar Piastri. When it's updated, you will see. And this is what I was talking about. So in the race, if Liam Lawson or Isaac Hadjar gets ahead of Oscar Piastri, they're gonna be good. In the race stream, that's a good car. And overtaking in Singapore is a fucking nightmare. And if it's a 50-50 move that you're putting in, then you're getting cooked. Now Max Verstappen goes faster. 3-4 tenths almost he is faster than Oscar Piastri, and that's the important thing. Right now, Lando Norris is kind of like a non-threat because, I mean, he's P2 in World Championship. The goal is, oh, Norris touched the wall somewhere. Is he? Oh my God! In the penultimate corner, he touched the wall. Oliver Behrman touched the wall. No, he had a slide, but he didn't touch the wall. But the point that I'm trying to make is, I hope you guys are understanding this. This is critical now. Because Isaac Hadjar, okay, let's see Isaac Hadjar, where he slots in. He has a bit of a slip. Holy shit! See, oh my God, man. That's exactly what I just said. What I just said is coming true. It's just coming true. I said it. So Charles Leclerc is now wringing the neck of the Ferrari. I want to see how many cars get in between Norris and Piastri. Like right now there are 3 cars, and all of those three cars are a nightmare to overtake. You're not gonna overtake a racing bull around Singapore easily, and forget overtaking Max Verstappen around Singapore. He's gonna put you in the wall. It's gonna fucking happen. And in Singapore, you cannot do it. There's no runoff area. So, good luck, Oscar. You have to have like a good strategy advantage. Let's see what Leclerc can do. Leclerc has been really competitive. Ooh, now there are 4 cars between Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri because Leclerc slots right in that mix. And this is the thing. This is one of the things. Now, you might be saying that, oh, this is practice. Don't get too excited. But listen, man, this is the representative pace. What I am seeing is that Lando is half a second quicker than his teammate. And what I'm seeing is within that half a second, there can be like 4 or 5 drivers. So if Piastri is like 5 positions behind Norris and Max Verstappen is ahead of him, then he's going to lose points to Max Verstappen. Norris is a bottle job, so anything can happen. Carlos Sainz goes second fastest. Oscar Piastri, man. Because right now, okay, we will see a lot of the cars are now much, much quicker. The track is definitely ramping up. So we will see what the standings are like towards the end of this session. Of course, it's too early to tell. I'm not going to go out there and start getting overly excited about a exciting championship fight because, you know, I mean, there is still 69 points. The gap between Piastri and Verstappen is still too much. And right now it's FP2. Fernando Alonso goes second fastest. Holy fuck. Fernando Alonso puts into P2. Both of the Spaniards, P2, P3. Oscar Piastri needs to close the gap. Now Lewis Hamilton is finding epic time. Purple sector 1 on medium tires. Someone stole that from him. Oscar Piastri now has found some time, thank God. Norris is now flying too. Holy shit. Norris purple sector 1. Oscar Piastri purple sector 2. Lewis Hamilton is now currently going quicker than last provisional time of Norris. Piastri is now around the final few corners. He was a bit squirrely from turn 16. On turn 16. Huh. Goes 5 tenths faster than Norris. 131.7. Let's see what Lewis can do. Lewis is on a personal best. Come on, Lewis. Do it for Roscoe. 1/10 behind Piastri. Fuck it, that's what I'm talking about. Norris is purple sector 1 and purple sector 2. Norris is... He's gonna take it. Norris is doing a really good job, man. Both of the purple sectors. Can he do a purple 3? Ooh. Neck and neck. Neck and neck. Papaya 1-2. Piastri has found the balance, it seems. Yep. It's gonna be boring then. But never say never, right? Let's see what others can do. Lewis Hamilton, I mean, the Ferrari is quick, man. A 10th to the McLarens, I mean, come on, you can find that pace. If Lewis can just do the Max Verstappen strategy and send the car into the corners, just release the brake a little bit and get very, very close to crashing a few times, I think he can definitely find the lap time. Yellow flag is somewhere. Liam Lawson had an issue. Oh my god. Kimi Antonelli fucked it into the barriers. Oh, it's George Russell. Osama bin Russell fucked it into the barriers. He doesn't have a front wing anymore. He destroyed the car. The front wing is gone. Some wires are dangling off. And yeah, now he's driving back to the pits. He did it around the last corner. Oh boy. Yep. So Osama bin Russell, that must bring back memories, you know, from 2023. Sector 3, there is a broken front wing on the track. There's a bit of debris on the track. Anyway, the point is, Lando Norris needs to respond. That's the first thing. Oscar Piastri has found the pace. So that's kind of like a bad news in the sense that it's going to now make the title fight significantly boring. But again, anything can happen. Right now, I'm just wishing that the motorsport gods, the racing gods, do something to, I mean, upset the balance at McLaren. Norris, in theory, they have red flagged the session, by the way. Norris, in theory, should do better at this track. Oh my god. What the fuck this guy is, man. This is a fucking retard. Let me just. So he is turning into turn 16. And then. He just locks up, man. He just locks up. He turns in, and then he is like. So first he turns in. Mid corner. So he was turning, and then mid corner he realizes that he is not gonna make it. So he starts to go towards left, which is the escape route. But unfortunately, he is too deep into the corner to take the escape route, so he finds the barrier. And on the radio, he says that that was weird. But okay, whatever. I don't think it's a big issue. They have repaired the car already. So they have fitted a new front wing, and yeah, he's ready to go. I think he will be out as soon as the red flag is over. Just need to remove the front wing of Osama bin Russell. Anyway, what I'm excited about right now is that Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari is now a tenth behind the McLaren's. So if both of the McLaren's and Lewis Hamilton crash out, this is a sacrifice we have to make for an exciting title fight. And Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri and Lewis Hamilton crash out, Max Verstappen wins, then it's game on. And that's exactly what we need. So Lewis Hamilton is going to do, like, is going to be the Ferrari that crashes out, probably. I mean, really don't hope that happens, but right now I'm willing to make any kind of sacrifice to have like a fun title fight for the remaining 7 races, including Singapore, that is. So we will see. I mean, Singapore usually provides boring races. Really, I mean, you have to be very careful to find a good race in Singapore. But usually it's boring. And the only way it can be exciting is if the result is exciting. So, we'll see. We'll see. Q3 is still a long way, and even if you close the gap to your teammate, that doesn't mean enough. You have to be ahead of them, and if Oscar Piastri pushes a bit too much, and the McLaren drivers are already touching the wall. Lando Norris in his final run touched the wall. I think that's why he couldn't do a purple sector 3. He lost a little bit of time. Or was it the lap before this one? I think it's the lap before this one. So he couldn't do a purple sector 3. That's that. We'll see. Now, Piastri is good in the sector 3, in the final sector, but Lando is definitely, I mean, he should be better than Piastri. Yeah. Piastri gained all of the time in sector 3. Lando lost a bit of time. He scraped the barriers around at like turn 16, 17 towards like the end of the lap. And I think there he lost a couple of tenths. So there you go. Norris can still go quick, I feel like. Not too much, but like 10th and a half. That's the pace advantage that Norris has. And great job to Oscar for reducing that. Earlier, now they're showing some advertisement of some hotel around Singapore. They're not showing anything good. Yeah, whatever. But yeah. Let's see. The yellow flags are still on, and now we are just seeing like the race director is showing all of the fans who are drinking, and some of them are drinking water, but mostly they're just getting drunk. And yeah, is Singapore Grand Prix the cheapest one? Either Singapore is the cheapest venue or the most expensive venue. Which one is it? Which one is the cheapest? I think it's the Chinese one. Is that the cheapest one? I don't know. Maybe Imola because you can just watch it from like over the mountains. It'll be far away, but you can still see it. Will be the first to reach 5,000 career points, the first or second this weekend. Wow. Yeah, I mean that's Lewis Hamilton will become the first driver in F1 history to reach 5,000 career points if he finishes first or second. That's not gonna happen. Second is possible, but if both of the McLarens crash out, then I think it's definitely possible because the Ferrari is quick and Hamilton is currently classified P3. But at the same time, we need to see how much others have. We need to see Hamilton's pace in relation to Leclerc, and the Mercedes are shit, so I'm not counting anything on them. Then there is the Williams and both of the Racing Bulls and Max Verstappen, obviously, the greatest of all time. So we will see how all of that pans out. But Lewis is not getting 5,000 career points in this one. This is one of his worst seasons ever in F1, both like in terms of personal life as well, because he lost his dog. But yeah, I would love nothing more than a Lewis Hamilton win. It's been long overdue. Singapore is a track that he does generally well at. In 2017, something happened in Singapore, and Lewis Hamilton won that race. And yeah, so it'll be beautiful because Ferrari also does a good enough job. The Sky Sports journalists are around the Mercedes garage because Russell had that crash, and a bunch of other people are also coming around to take some pictures. So they have fixed it. I don't know what they're looking at now, but either way, session will resume in 3 minutes time. I hope they say that instead of just saying that, like instead of giving the local time. So we are now just seeing the helicopter shot of the city. All of the excitement is gone, man. If the red flags happen, nothing's gonna happen, you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely feel some of these red flags, people are just being too cautious. I think for some of the red flags at least. I don't think you should red flag it if there is just a broken front wing in some part of the track. Just put some yellows, have some guy take care of it, and then, green flag conditions again. But I think George Russell, because he had a high impact collision, he also fucked up these safety barriers. I mean, he's fine, the car is fine. But I think those type of changes need to be done. A lot of people, now we're still seeing the crowd shots because there's nothing going on. So anyway, I don't think they should red flag sessions so often. I want to see the relative pace of Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, and Isaac Hadjar because that's going to be the fun one. One minute to go, and then we're back again. How much time do you have left on the clock? I bet it's around 40 minutes. No? Yeah, because we done like 20 minutes of running, and then there was this stupid, overly protective red flag. So we should have like 40 minutes left. And we'll see how much the lap times tumble down. And I just want to know the relative pace between the two McLarens, the McLaren and the Ferrari, and then also the Aston Martin and the Williams and the Racing Bulls in relation to each other. So many people are just showing 4. Is it because Lando Norris or 4 Max Verstappen 4-time world champion? Some people were showing 4 fingers in the crowd. What the fuck does that mean? I'm thinking it's probably for Lando because, I mean, let's be honest, they have the most childish fans. But that also could be a Max Verstappen fan because he has 4 world titles, but we'll see. Yeah, green flag conditions have been achieved. Can we see a clock? Now we are ready. Leclerc is ready to go on the pit lane, baby. Now this is the thing, man. This is the thing. This is all we have been waiting for. The race is probably gonna be boring because it's not gonna rain and the wind speed is not high enough to make it difficult for the drivers to find their groove. And oh, we have 31 minutes left on the clock. So anyway, the point is, yeah, that's the point. I mean, that's the whole point, right? The race is gonna be boring. The qualifying is gonna be boring. The only thing that's gonna make the qualifying exciting is if people crash and it brings out a lot of red flags. We had 6 red flags in Azerbaijan qualifying session, so I hope we have more. Not more, like I think 4 will do, but all of them should be in Q3. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I mean, why not? Because if that's the case, if we have multiple red flags in, like, let's say 2 to 3 red flags in Q3, we just need Max Verstappen at the front, you know. Oliver Behrman is out on the soft tire trying to find the perfect lap time. I don't know why they're doing that now. That's just a retarded thing to do right now. You have the entirety of FP3 to fuck around with the soft tires in order to find the perfect balance. That's when you do it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not an F1 engineer. Right now, I think they should be focusing on race pace because the Haas is a very good race car. So, Oliver Behrman on softs, he will start his timed lap in a few corners time. His father is in the garage. We're seeing a shot of him. As per, race director is, doing everything they can to keep us away from the track. Under the bridge, there he goes. A few corners left, and then he will start his first time lap. Leclerc starts his first time lap as well. But let's see. I mean, Leclerc needs to set in a good representative time, but I hope there's not a lot of traffic. Get the fuck out of the way, bro. Okay, great. Norris is on his out lap. Leclerc is doing a personal best and he is faster than Piastri by 10th and a bit. The track is ramping up. The track is improving. That's what I'm talking about, Charlie. That's what I'm talking about. Go put it on P1. Go put it on P1 because that's what we need. We need Leclerc, we need Hamilton, get in between the McLarens or get in the way of the McLarens. Hamilton purple sector 1. This is good. This is good. Lewis Hamilton has found his space. Oh, thank God. After the first practice session, I was a bit worried. Leclerc lost a bit of time to Piastri though. Let's see what Lewis is doing. Lewis is gonna do. Purple sector 2, come on baby, come on baby. 3, 4. Ugh. He is still nearly 3/10 quicker than Piastri, not purple sector 2. But purple sector 1 is fantastic. Charles Leclerc goes P4. Something happened to him. He needs to find more pace. But Lewis Hamilton is wringing the neck of the Ferrari. Let's fucking go, Lewis. Ooh! He had a bit of a steering issue. Fuck, man. He's gonna lose his advantage like 2/10. He's gonna go P1, but it's gonna be slower. Yeah, he went P1, but it could have been better. Lewis could have been nearly 3/10 quicker than Oscar Piastri, but he is like 2/10 and a bit. Yeah. He, I think, lost 700ths of a second behind, not behind, in the, like 2 Piastri in sector 3 alone. So Lewis still has more pace than Oscar Piastri on a medium, but we will see, I guess. I mean, we will see. Piastri right now is again on the medium, so we'll see. We want McLaren and Ferrari to be easily matched, and Max Verstappen should be the beneficiary. That's how it should go. Alex Albon. Oh my god, it's horrible. Liam Lawson, purple sector 2. Oh, Carlos Sainz, purple sector 3. Someone else stole purple sector 2 from Liam Lawson. But Liam Lawson. Oh my god. Oh, he crashed. Liam Lawson crashed. Fernando Alonso, purple sector 1, sector 2. Liam Lawson crashed in the final corner and now he's dragging his car into the pit lane. Lucky for him. Now the pit lane is closed. Everything is on fire. Oh my god, it's gonna be another red flag. Oh boy, this is bad. This is horrible. They are now showing a close up of Liam Lawson's girlfriend. That's brutal, man. Don't do that. That's just diabolical. So Liam Lawson is at the pit lane entry, which means the pit lane is now closed. The drivers will now do pointless laps around the circuit. This is just the weirdest thing ever, man. They have red flagged the session. Crazy. So Liam Lawson broke the car. Jump out, buddy. It ain't gonna go home. He could have just dragged it. He could have just dragged it. But yeah, there's a little bit of debris around the final corner. The pit lane entry is closed. I wonder what would happen to the cars who don't have enough fuel in them. Oh, they have opened the pit lane entry. Yeah, because of the fuel situation. They cannot keep the pit lane entry closed when people, like in a practice session, right? Because some cars may not have a lot of fuel to do that many empty laps. So yeah, fuck, Liam Lawson, man, shit. I think Liam scored his first Formula 1 points in Singapore last year. Or was it 2023? 2023, yeah. Oh man. Oh, the rear just stepped out a bit. Yep. Ah, shit, man. There's nothing he could have done. I mean, he could have taken a softer entry, but I think yeah, he was just too greedy on the throttle, man. But he was on a banger lap. Liam Lawson was on a banger lap. He had purple sector 2 and then Fernando Alonso took it away. Fernando was on a banger lap as well. I mean, he was definitely or probably on the softs. He was in purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Liam Lawson radio. Yeah, Liam Lawson agreed. I mean, he said that he fucked it into the wall. Now we are seeing the reaction of the engineers who are watching it live, and this red flag. Yeah, it is what it is. So either way, Esteban Ocon leads Lewis Hamilton, Carlos Sainz, Oliver Bearman, then Piastri and Norris. Then comes Leclerc, Hulkenberg, Alonso, who was on a banger lap. Max Verstappen needs to rest. He needs to find some more pace. I definitely believe that Verstappen has a bit of extra pace. How long will this red flag last? The thing is, I don't have any problem yapping nonsense and shit. But they should be showing us something interesting. Right now, if I put on this, I mean my headphones, I will hear Ted Kravis saying some, weird stuff that, nobody really cares much about. Once in a while, he would have a good insight, but usually he doesn't. And then they will just say this and that or what happened. Basically, I just want to see the onboards of some drivers, especially Fernando Alonso's most recent abandoned lap, because because that was gonna be a magnificent lap. So the Astons are quick, but yeah, that's that. What else is there to talk about? So Nico Hulkenberg, I mean, he is not going to be anywhere in qualifying, mark my words. He'll probably be out in Q2. If he's lucky, he'll probably is a Q1 type of guy. Franco Colapinto is dead last. It hurts me, man. It hurts to see that a guy who has made so many sacrifices from Latin America made his way all the way into Formula One to land in a shit team. I hope that next year Alpine has some pace. You know, they can. I hope that they at least fight in the midfields, because being a back marker sucks. And Alpine are not going to have any kind of performance for the remaining 7 races, Singapore included. So it is what it is. Right now, all he needs to do is just build the consistency and build the habit of being in F1. So now everybody is in their car. I think they should jump out. The drivers are still in their cars, in their cockpits. Jump out, have a cup of coffee, chill out, because it's gonna be a while. They have not even cleared the car. I think they should send the mechanics. They can lift the car up in a jack. They can wheel it all the way. That's like 1 minute. And in the meanwhile, you can send some marshals to the final corner, and then they can remove all of the. Oh, it's yellow flag. The track is open. It's yellow flag, but whatever. And in that time, they can take away all of the debris. So I think it's gonna be okay. But just take the fucking car away, man. But it's the entire right side. Both of the suspensions are gone. So that's that. Yeah, he needs to do something. I mean, he was on a good lap. He was on a really good lap. Liam Lawson is back in the garage. Who else is a key guy? I mean, Antonelli can find some more performance. Gasly is how he is out driving the car. I won't even understand. Maybe he was on the soft tire. And then finally Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda, holy shit, bro. Yuki needs to perform. He cannot have just one performance in Baku and call it a day. Yuki needs to perform this race as well. We got 18 minutes and 49 seconds to go. The process to remove the car from the pit lane entry has started. I think right now they will just close the pit lane entry. Now we are seeing the Liam Lawson on board again. Something on my neck. Yeah, I mean, the rear stepped out. I think he was just too greedy to get on the throttle. And then the rear stepped out, and then it just fucked him. That's the issue. That's that's just really is the issue. Not much he could have done after the crash. I mean, obviously, hindsight's a bitch, but he was on a good lap. So both of the Racing Bulls have good performance. They are like top 6 material, as I can see. The qualifying is going to be tight between the Racing Bulls, Aston Martin, and the Williams, depending on which Williams is not going to have problems. And then at the front, I I still think it's gonna be a 2 horse battle between Piastri and Norris. What the fuck? We are seeing Gabriel Bortoleto's driver profile. His full name is Gabriel Lorenzo Bortoleto da Silva. That's a big ass name, bruv. Yeah, the car is now on its way to Williams garage. Not Williams garage. Why the fuck they will take a Racing Bull to Williams? They'll look to Racing Bull's garage. The marshals are now removing the debris from the final corner. And then we will see what happens. Verstappen is good, man. Verstappen needs to go and win this one. He can win. But the real pace of Verstappen in relation to Piastri and Norris is a bit of unknown. So it's a bit of an unknown. I think when we have like the last 10 minutes left of the session, right now we have a little bit more than 16 minutes. So when we have 10 minutes or so remaining, I think the yellow flag would have cleared. We'll have drivers on the track trying to set in some fastest lap times. But Esteban Ocon is currently on P1. I think they have found the right balance. The Haas is a good race car. If they can do good in qualifying, I think they are up for points. But I think in the midfield, it's going to be the Racing Bulls, and then obviously Fernando Alonso, who is the Verstappen of the midfield, you know. And then you got Verstappen at front, and I definitely think that he can do something. So I want to see what was the real pace of Verstappen, because Verstappen did his lap a lot earlier, and then he kind of like went back to the pits maybe to make some setup changes. Now he is P10, probably like a second behind the McLarens, or at least 610, 710, something like that. But Piastri and Norris are pretty close, and Lewis Hamilton found that amazing pace. Lewis Hamilton went 2 tenths faster. Could have been 3 tenths, 2 tenths and a bit faster than the McLaren of Piastri. And that's pretty good. Esteban Ocon is obviously leading the timing sheets because he did it on the soft tire. So that's that. There's not much to say about it. How do I see? I mean, right now I'm just exploring the other features of OBS to see what I can do, because right now this is fucking boring. Nobody's talking about the real pace. Everybody's just giving some nonsense to, I mean, not so well thought inputs. So I'm just confused a bit, like that's that. Leclerc hit the McLaren. Something happened. Oh shit. Okay, so there has been a crash in the pit lane. So Lando Norris. This is so interesting. So Lando Norris was getting out of his garage, and then while going on the pit lane, Charles Leclerc hit him from behind. So Charles Leclerc also was just exiting the garage, and both of their garages are next to each other because last year they finished 1 and 2 in the constructor standings. There is there is damage to Norris's front wing end plate towards the right side. I don't know what happened to Leclerc. Is Leclerc back on track? McLaren are now removing the front wing of Norris, and now they're gonna add the another one. This is just the craziest thing happened, man. Now what happened to Charlie Charles? This is great. This is unbelievable. This is unfreaking believable. So Norris came out, and then Leclerc just hit him, and then Hamilton was behind him. Leclerc hit him, and Norris went into the wall. So Leclerc is definitely gonna get penalized for this shit. So Charles Leclerc is now noted by race control for an unsafe release. So Ferrari are now fucking up the weekend of Charles Leclerc. Very interesting approach on a track that they're supposed to be strong at. He caused a crash. And now he's gonna go to jail. He's going to get penalized for this shit. Oh my goodness. Zach Brown is now intently watching. He is now angry. Just Zach Brown is. I have never seen Zach Brown so angry ever. He was pissed. He was fuming because Lando is his favorite driver in the whole world. Lando, go! Lando is waiting at the end of the pit lane. Now he's got going. Green flag conditions, and yeah, everything's good. But we will see. Lewis Hamilton is waiting. And listen, man, right now I'm liking Hamilton's chances because Ferrari are now doing a great job. They have pace, especially Lewis. So we will see. Isaac Hadjar on his time lap, the only Racing Bull remaining alive in the session. He is a little bit slower than Esteban Ocon in the first sector, but I think he can go faster in the next two. He's done a personal best, Sector 1. Sector 2 and Sector 3, Isaac, come on, man, let's go. We need this time. We need to get ahead of the McLarens. Purple Sector 2, Isaac, come on, let's go. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. You got this. The car is good. Car is great. He's ringing in the neck of the car. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Don't. Okay, a few more corners to go and then we're ready to go. Okay, this is the most important one. Turn 17. Turn 17 is where I think Liam crashed. Yeah. Just take care of turn 17. Or was it turn 19? So Liam crashed somewhere towards the end. I think turn 19, whatever. Be careful. Don't hit the wall. Last section. Personal best completely. Oh, he goes fastest. See, that's what I'm talking about. 1:31.4 for Isaac Hadjar on the softs. The lap time is going to tumble down a little bit. Nico Hulkenberg is also... There's another yellow flag somewhere. What happened? Oh, track is clear. Nico Hulkenberg is significantly slow. He fucked it up in the middle sector somewhere. He is sliding around. Carlos Sainz, horrible middle sector. Was the yellow flag briefly out because of the middle sector? Lewis Hamilton is still on the medium tires. Fernando Alonso, purple sector 1. Yeah, I think Aston Martin have nothing to lose. They have nothing to lose. Aston Martin, they're just trying to find the good qualifying performance and then everything else is going to be handled by... He also lost time in Sector 2. What's happening in Sector 2? What's happening with this track? Like, this is something that I'm struggling to understand. Is it a Singapore thing? Because usually when you put the rubber down and the night grows dark... Oh, Carlos. Oh, yeah. Fuck you. Fuck yes. Fernando Alonso goes massively faster. 1:38. So, like the first one to break the barriers. Now, Max Verstappen is going to break that because he is gone purple sector 2, a sector where everybody fucks up. Max Verstappen goes even faster. 1:38.57. Slightly ahead of Fernando Alonso. I think the only people who can beat him are Lando and Piastri because they have a good car. But Max Verstappen and Fernando Alonso are neck and neck. So that's interesting to see. Reminds me of Monaco 2023 qualifying. But we will see in the qualifying session for reals, which is tomorrow. And in the FP3 as well. In FP3, if someone crashes massively, then they probably are not going to take part in the qualifying session. Leclerc goes P5, not bad. Oh, but he's on the softs. That's bad, dude. That's bad. Leclerc needs to do a better lap. Lewis Hamilton is on the softs, but he's fucking it up as well. Yeah, he's just having a horrible lap. He's now abandoned the lap. Ferrari are not quick. They're not finding the lap time in the soft tires. So Norris... Ooh. Oh, Gabriel Bortoleto abandoned his lap. Yeah. Shit happens. But yeah, right now the Ferraris are not finding the pace in the soft. Oscar Piastri is faster than Verstappen by 6 thousandths of a second in the first sector. We will see sector 2 and sector 3. This is the guy who can only take the challenge to Verstappen, and this is what I want to see. I want to see how closely matched these guys are. Again, still practice. Let's not get too excited that Verstappen is P1 at the moment. Norris starts his time lap also after the mishap. Get the fuck out of the way. Who is this guy? Piastri is slightly slower than Verstappen by 3 thousandths of a second by the end of sector 2. I think he's gonna bring it back in sector 3. I think he will have the pace advantage in sector 3. There's a chicane and then there's a long corner. He's going out of the bridge right now. Yeah, I think he will have the advantage, but we'll see. Oh my god, Yuki Tsunoda, man. This is... Oh, see? Oscar Piastri went fastest. 10th and a bit. 137 expected. Let's see what Norris can do. Lewis Hamilton is on his outlap. Yuki Tsunoda is absolutely horrible. He's like 6 tenths, 7 tenths behind Verstappen at this point. Oh my goodness. Yuki, man. This is not good, dude. See? Oh my god. He's about a second slower than Max Verstappen. 9 tenths. Gabriel Bortoleto, absolutely disgusting first sector. Lost time. Second sector is a personal best. He's just having trouble finding the right balance. So Gabriel is having some problems. He needs to have some issue sorted out. But yeah, right now Fernando Alonso, man. Fernando Alonso and Lewis Hamilton too. I don't know what happened to the Ferrari in the soft tires. But yeah. Gabriel went from P20 to P15. Not bad for him. But Oscar Piastri did a great final sector. So definitely a big one. Nico Hulkenberg had a slide in the penultimate corner. Lewis Hamilton is about to start his first, not first, but like his next flying lap. Come on, Lewis. We need some good time in this one. Come on, brother. Come on, Lewis. I mean, this is the most important lap time. Lewis, Verstappen, and Piastri. I mean, not really that interested in Piastri, but Piastri as the benchmark because he's the guy to beat. I thought Norris will have a clear advantage over him, but clearly I was wrong. This is something that just completely took me by surprise. Lewis Hamilton, 400ths of a second. He's not improved in the first sector, so that's probably going to happen later on. Little bit of sliding around turn 7. Yeah, he fucked up this sector 2 start part as well. Let's see if he can bring it back. I don't think he can, but he can definitely go in the top 3. But he needs to bring it back. He needs a mega sector 2 and a mega sector 3. But we'll see. Yeah, he is just making fine corrections, man. You know what I mean? See, he dropped 2 tenths to Piastri in sector 2. Yep. Oh, he's just sliding all over the place, dog. Lewis is just sliding all over the place. He abandoned the lap again. There's no point in completing this lap. So Lewis Hamilton abandons the lap after not finding grip in the medium tire. So the Ferrari are having trouble firing up the mediums. Something happened. That's an interesting one. But Verstappen and Piastri, definitely there's a bit of gap there. Esteban Ocon, right where he's supposed to be. But Norris needs to put in a good representative lap time because that's what I'm interested in seeing. Norris is on his way to complete his outlap. Isaac Hajar. Let's see how fast Isaac Hajar can go. Oh, he goes P2. Isaac Hajar goes P2, bruv. That's the best thing ever. Isaac Hajar goes P2, fastest sector 3. That's insane. And that's what I'm talking about. If Isaac Hajar gets closer to the McLaren boys, Norris is something. So Norris just said that it's not my Norris is so basically Norris is half a second off of Oscar Piastri, and Norris on the radio said that what do we need to do, and he's like, we can find half a second, and his race engineer is saying like we can find around half a second. You come into the pits, we're gonna make some change. So Lewis Hamilton hit the wall, too close to the wall. It's 0 centimeter. That's a nice graphic. Either way, the point that I'm making is Franco Colapinto also just impeded Gabriel Bortoleto, and we had some nice radio exchange. The point is, let's talk about the Lando Norris thing. Lando Norris is half a second behind Oscar Piastri as of now, and he's on the radio saying that, what do we need to do? And his engineer, Will Joseph, says, you need to come in, we need to make some setup changes or whatever, and without DRS or without this. He gives some tip. And then Norris says, it's not the car that is half a second off, it's me who is half a second off. So, good ownership. But Isaac Hajar, as of now, is faster than Max Verstappen, which is concerning for Max Verstappen. And also it's concerning that Norris is half a second behind Piastri. It should be the other way around. Piastri should be half a second behind Norris, because this is a track that suits Norris, theoretically, on paper at least. Checkered flag is waving. But it's insane now. Isaac Hajar is legitimately a great contender. Lewis Hamilton is now... What is he doing? Why Lewis is driving so fast? Is he on a time lap? Is Lewis Hamilton on a time lap? Is what I'm trying. I mean, he's just slipping and sliding around, man. For some reason, the Ferrari does not like. Ferrari does not like the last, not the last, but like the soft compound tires. Is Lewis on a time lap right now? Are we seeing it live? Is he the last one? Last guy? Oh, he abandons the lap. I think it's the replay. They should have a replay at the top. Yeah. So the conclusions are Isaac Hajar is a top contender. He is like a top 5 contender. Max Verstappen is a tenth and a bit slower than Oscar Piastri, and Oscar Piastri has now closed the gap to Lando Norris, who has had some issues in his final run. Oh, he just ran over the curb and just dragged the floor a bit. Happens. Now, Piastri is the McLaren to beat, so Lando has to do some homework. And Fernando Alonso is also in the mix. So in top 5, the qualifying is going to be absolutely insane. Now we're seeing the shot of a bunch of influencers who don't know anything about Formula 1, but they are using the sport to gain some clout. Max Verstappen needs to find some pace. I definitely think he can find a bit extra pace. He can. 10th and a bit, he can. Come on, Max. We have to find some pace. It's actually very interesting to see and assuring to see that Verstappen is within the touching distance of the McLarens, which is what I wanted for this race. So Oscar Piastri just said that the cooling vest in the car, it has a knob, and the knob is stiff. He didn't want to say that because it will be inappropriate for TV, saying that the knob is stiff. Anyway, the point is, why am I being distracted by this dumb shit? So, practice 2 in Singapore has come to an end. Oscar Piastri leads from everybody else, and P2 is Isaac Hadjar in the Racing Bulls, and P3 is Max Verstappen. So, we can have another Isaac Hadjar podium. Fernando Alonso is still in the mix, not that far behind. Lando Norris definitely needs to go ahead and find some pace with half a second behind. Lance Stroll has found some pace and found some good balance from FP1. That didn't happen. The Ferraris are struggling to find some grip with the soft tires. Mercedes are nowhere. And yeah, also Alexander Albon needs to go ahead and find some pace. Yuki Tsunoda is still shit. Baku for Yuki was kind of like an aberration. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be dropped tonight. I will be predicting the results of the 2025 Singapore Grand Prix. Stay tuned.